Ever since I was in the 5th grade, I have checked out National Geographic magazines at the library, and I would look at those magazines and fantasize about all those adventures because I would see the pictures of all those cool sceneries and these adventurous people and places that I wanted to go. And how I was gonna get there, I had no idea, but I made a commitment right then and there that I wanted to be a National Geographic photographer. Like, that was gonna be one of my life's goals. And so I came home one day in the 5th grade. I started begging my dad for a camera. Dad, I really need a camera. Like, I really need to, I'm gonna pursue my dream to be a National Geographic photographer. I'm gonna take all these pictures of all these great places. And so my dad just was like, no, I just don't think so. I don't think that's really like something we're gonna spend money on. At that point in time, we weren't like super wealthy growing up or anything. We didn't have like a ton of money, so buying a camera was a big deal for our family. I just continued to beg my dad. We had a class trip coming up for the 5th grade where we were gonna go to Washington, D.C. And I remember one night my dad got home a little bit later than what he normally would, and he had went to CVS and he had bought one of those cheap point and shoot cameras. He brought that home and he says, this is for your class trip when you go to Washington, D.C., and I want you to take some pictures. And so I was just ecstatic about being able to take all these pictures with this camera. And so I went on the trip to Washington, D.C., and I took several different photographs, just were able to document that trip. And that's what is in this photo album, is my documented trip to Washington, D.C. All the pictures I took, a lot of old friends from elementary school are in here. I saw the White House and saw the Lincoln Memorial and saw the Capitol building. I took all those pictures, had them developed, bought this album with my own money, and I still have this to this very day. My first pictures I ever took as a photographer. I recall like my dad just being exceptionally proud of me for being a first-time photographer and taking some of those pictures that I took, and he says, you know, you really have an eye for photography, and I'm really impressed. And so I remember for my birthday, he came home and he brought home a digital camera, and it was just a mind-blowing thing to me to be able to have a digital camera that I didn't have to pay to develop the film. Like, that was a new concept there, you know. So he said, now this is going to be shared between me and you. And he's like, because I need to use this for church functions and I'm going to do different stuff with it. He said, you have earned this. You have earned this. Throughout my time, I've chased dreams, and my dreams have since changed since I was in the 5th and 6th grade. Along the way, I've been able to take a lot of pictures of different places, of different peoples, and beautiful scenery. I've seen some of the most beautiful sunrises and the most beautiful sunsets ever, and I have been blessed in ways beyond measure in the life that I've lived up until this point. I have a son now as well, and he's still very young, but I know at some point he will begin to have dreams and aspirations, and he will have that fire in his eye to want to chase those dreams. And I want to be with him every step of the way, and I'm going to be the one cheering him on to chase those dreams, to go after those tough dreams that maybe other people would discourage him for. And you know, he may never be the world's greatest athlete, to run the greatest yards or to kick the most field goals or have the most slam dunks or any of those things, and he may not be the biggest rock star to fill up arenas or the fastest fingers to play guitar or any of those things of that nature either. But maybe in the process of chasing his dreams, he'll learn the value of earning something too.